Carlee Russell's run in the Victim Olympics, all I want to know is, where is that daggone baby? Grace and peace, you guys. April Chapman here with the Standard of Truth podcast. Y'all, we have got to do better. This video is about the edge of your seat story that we've all been following since last week. Carlee Russell vanished last Friday after she called 911 to report a baby in a diaper walking on the side of the interstate. Now, according to the footage that is readily available for everyone to see, nobody, and I mean nobody, has seen this boss baby character that managed to walk at least the equivalent of 6 football fields. But you know what we do know? We do know that this 25-year-old whole grown woman had all of America praying and fasting for her safe return, only to find out that there are just way too many holes in this story for us to believe that it actually happened. Not only were we worried about her, but many of us, myself included, we were worried about the baby. Where in the world is the boss baby toddler that managed to walk on the shoulder of a highway without nobody seeing him? And I mean, is he a member of the Incredibles? Like, what's his superpower? Being invisible? According to recent reports, this 25-year-old nursing student, she just vanished and then just mysteriously showed up at home, claiming that a man abducted her. But here's this, but she managed to get away not once, but twice. According to the mama, this girl is a fighter because she was fighting for her life, both mentally and physically. Now, we have no record. We have no record of there being a sexual assault, but apparently the guy who abducted Carlee, he wanted her to be America's Next Top Model because for all we know, so far all we know is that he took some photographs of her. He let his female sidekick play in Carlee's hair and feed her some Cheez-Its. Yes, probably the same Cheez-Its that Carlee purchased right before she disappeared. Now, if all of this is not crazy sounding enough for you, riddle me this, Batman. What are you doing Google searches for one-way bus tickets, Amber Alerts, and how to take money out of a cash register without getting caught? Y'all, this whole story, it's funny, but it's also sick and it is sad. But here are a few observations that I made. For one, nobody has seen the baby. Like, where was this 18-wheeler parked that Carlee claims that she was placed in? Like, so where's the baby? How come nobody else on this stretch of highway saw this baby but her? Where was the 18-wheeler park that Carlee claims that she was placed in? How did she get out of the 18-wheeler? And were there other wigless women back there in the cab of the truck with her? Right? Like, I'm just wondering, right? Was she the only one? You know, since she was Googling Taken in the movie, trying to get some inspiration. Were there other women, you know, in the back of this 18-wheeler? And then once she got out of the 18-wheeler truck, where did the car come from that they happened to place her in once she escaped the first time? Like, was this a part of their backup plan? Like, well, you know, a lot of times they fight, and if they wiggle loose, we got to have this backup car somewhere close by to come scoop up the ones who get away. Like, Like how many people were involved in this elaborate scheme? There are just so many questions. But here's what I believe should happen. This young lady needs to be held accountable, right? One of the biggest problems with this generation, especially among Black women, is the lack of accountability. She should not be allowed to evade questioning, all in the name of trauma. Like, I'm so traumatized. Like, I can't talk about it right now. It's too soon. It's too fresh. What about our trauma? Huh? Like, what about all of the mothers with children all over this nation that were worried about her because we have daughters? And or what about all of us who actually have toddlers? What about the trauma that we were put through all weekend, worried, sick, thinking the worst, but hoping the best, right? Stories like this and like Juicy Smollett, right? These types of stories are going to continue to happen because no one ever truly holds people who do this kind of stuff accountable. And I believe holding Carlee accountable, that's not victim shaming, because for one, she'd first have to be a victim, right? She's not a victim. She actually needs to feel shame and feel ashamed for what she has done. And it's probably the lack of shame that made her think that doing something this dumb was okay. So like, I don't like how everyone can just get to claim, mental health issues, and I'm stressed and I was just under a lot of anxiety. I'm living while Black, and you know how hard that is. Just anything to avoid being held accountable. Listen, being adult is stressful. Every day I get up and have to face the cares of this fallen, sinful world. Yes, there is a level of stress involved with that. But none of us in the real world, we don't get to avoid dealing with reality and avoiding accountability just because we are stressed, right? Lastly, I think it is despicable to pull the race card, especially in a situation like this. There's already this sentiment, and that's another thing I want to find out. Where did this sentiment come from? That, no one takes us seriously, and that, it's just another Black woman. And where did the idea come from that police don't take stories like this serious if there's a Black woman involved? I've yet to see some sort of gross negligence on the part of law enforcement when situations like this happen. I'm not saying that there aren't isolated incidents, but like, where is this happening on a broad level? Like, just Black women just showing up missing every day and no one cares about them at all. I really believe that we're not being taken serious. It's because we continue to position ourselves as these eternal victims. This police department, they responded in record-breaking time. And this is why I'm like, is the boss baby superpower invincibility? Because he must be invisible. We can't find this baby. And Carlee just disappears. And there's this 18-wheeler. And I'm like, well, was the 18-wheeler parked in the woods? Was it parked on the other side of the median? Do we have any record of an 18-wheeler truck? Were there other women in this 18-wheeler? How did you manage to get out? The abductors are that negligent that they just didn't tie you up because, your wrists are just too pretty to be marked up. So where's the 18-wheeler? Where's the second, backup getaway car that they managed to put you in? And where are the pictures? Where there are just so many bad actors in this whole saga that we just need to throw the whole thing away. We just need to throw the whole thing away, but not before Ms. Russell is held accountable for the manpower the tax dollar resources. We cannot continue to allow people to get away with situations like this, all in the name of, they just need their privacy. No, we didn't have privacy. No, we were bombarded with this story, and folks were out legitimately looking because they were concerned about her, and we were worried sick about that baby. We are worried sick about the baby. How is a baby out that late at night and didn't nobody hear it crying? We ain't seen his diaper didn't need to be changed. Did nobody smell them? Well, not that there's people out there on the side of the road, but no missing baby. Just no missing white baby. I don't know. I don't buy it. I wanted to believe it, but there was just too many aspects of this story that did not make sense. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think, April, she just had a moment, and you know how young people are. No, she's a whole grown woman, a whole nursing student. If I were a hospital or a medical facility, I would not hire her. No, she cannot be trusted. There's something going on there that just ain't right. And until she can work those issues out and re-enter society as a well-adjusted adult, she shouldn't be caring for anybody and nursing anywhere. But let me know what you guys think. Be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Grace and